What if every experience in your life has been leading you to this exact moment? Take a moment to think about the journey you have traveled so far. The challenges you faced, the lessons you learned, the moments when life forced you to grow faster than you expected. At the time, many of those experiences may have seemed confusing or even unfair. There may have been periods when you felt as though your life was unfolding in ways that did not make sense. For many people who walk what is often described as the path of the chosen one, this feeling is surprisingly familiar. Their lives rarely follow a simple or predictable pattern. Instead, their journey often includes moments of intense pressure, unexpected obstacles, and periods of solitude that force them to rely on their inner strength. They may have faced situations that required maturity long before they felt ready. They may have had to learn difficult lessons, while others around them appeared to move through life with fewer complications. At times, this difference can create a sense of isolation. You may look at your own experiences and wonder why your path seems more complicated than the paths of those around you. During those moments, it is easy to feel confused. For years, many individuals carry questions that remain unanswered. They may ask themselves why certain opportunities never worked out the way they expected. They may wonder why some relationships ended at moments when they needed support the most. They may question why their journey seems filled with challenges that others rarely face. When you are standing in the middle of those experiences, it can feel like life is simply unpredictable or unfair. But sometimes the meaning of those moments does not become clear until much later. Sometimes the struggles, the setbacks, and the moments of uncertainty were never random events scattered across your life. Instead, they may have been shaping something within you. Each challenge may have been building resilience. Each difficult situation may have sharpened your awareness. Each period of growth may have been preparing you for something that you could not fully understand at the time. In other words, what once looked like chaos may have actually been preparation. Preparation does not always feel comfortable. When people are being prepared for something important, the process often requires experiences that challenge their perspective and strengthen their character. It requires moments that demand patience, courage, and reflection. Those experiences can feel overwhelming when they are happening, but when you begin to look at them from a broader perspective, a different pattern begins to appear. Every lesson you learned added something to your understanding of the world. Every setback forced you to develop strength that might never have appeared in easier circumstances. Every moment of growth shaped the person you are today. And sometimes all of those experiences lead toward a specific point in time. There are moments in life when the lessons of the past begin to connect with the opportunities of the present. A situation appears that requires the exact strength you developed through earlier challenges. A new direction emerges that suddenly makes sense when viewed through the lens of everything you have already experienced. That moment can feel like a turning point. It is the moment when preparation meets opportunity. For many chosen ones, this realization changes the way they see their entire journey. What once seemed like a series of disconnected struggles begins to look like a path that was gradually guiding them towards something meaningful. The difficulties they once questioned become part of the reason they are ready for what comes next. In this video, we are going to explore why your past may have been preparing you for this moment, the signs that your time may be arriving, and how you can step into this phase of your life with greater confidence and clarity. And before we continue, if this message resonates with you in any way, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who may need to hear these words today, and subscribe to the channel for more content created for the chosen ones. Many individuals who later discover a strong sense of purpose eventually reach a moment when they look back at their life and begin seeing their past in a completely different way. Experiences that once appeared random start forming a pattern. Moments that once felt painful or confusing begin to reveal a deeper meaning. The struggles, the setbacks, and even the quiet periods of isolation start to look less like accidents and more like steps along a path that was slowly preparing them for something greater. At the time those experiences were happening, it may have been impossible to understand their purpose. When someone is standing in the middle of a difficult situation, the mind naturally focuses on immediate survival. The emotional weight of the challenge makes it hard to see beyond the present moment. Questions appear more easily than answers. Why is this happening? Why does the path feel so difficult? Why does it seem like others are moving forward with fewer obstacles? These questions are natural. Human beings instinctively look for meaning when they encounter hardship. When that meaning is not immediately visible, the experience can feel unfair or confusing. But meaning often becomes clearer with distance. What once felt like chaos can begin to reveal structure when viewed from a broader perspective. Many people who later identify with a deeper sense of purpose often notice that their early experiences required them to grow in ways that others around them did not have to. While many individuals are able to move through the early stages of life with relative ease, chosen ones often face situations that push them into maturity much earlier. They may encounter challenges that test their beliefs about themselves and the world. Situations may arise that demand patience and emotional control long before those skills feel natural. At times, they may be forced to confront difficult truths that others are able to avoid. This early confrontation with complexity can feel overwhelming. When someone is young or inexperienced, the mind naturally expects life to follow a simple pattern. Effort leads to success. Kindness leads to understanding. Hard work leads to reward. But reality often introduces complications that disrupt those expectations. Chosen ones frequently encounter those complications earlier than most. They may experience rejection that challenges their confidence. They may encounter misunderstanding that makes them question their place in the world. They may face periods where the support they expected is not available, forcing them to rely on their own judgment. In those moments, the experience can feel like a burden. Challenges often bring discomfort, uncertainty, and emotional strain. They require individuals to navigate unfamiliar territory without clear instructions. When these experiences occur repeatedly, it can feel as though life is demanding more than it should. However, when viewed from a broader perspective, these experiences often resemble something very different. They resemble training. Training rarely feels comfortable while it is happening. When someone is learning a new skill or developing strength, the process often includes moments of strain and repetition. Muscles become stronger through resistance. Awareness becomes sharper through practice and correction. The same principle applies to the development of inner strength. Every challenge encountered along the journey adds something to the individual's character. Difficult situations demand resilience, which is the ability to recover after setbacks. When someone learns how to continue moving forward despite disappointment, their capacity for endurance grows stronger. Resilience is not something that can be fully developed through comfort. It emerges when individuals face situations that require them to adapt and persevere. Awareness also grows through experience. When someone navigates complex situations repeatedly, they begin noticing patterns in human behavior and in life itself. They become more observant. They begin recognizing the difference between temporary problems and deeper issues. They learn how to examine situations carefully before reacting. This awareness gradually strengthens their ability to see life more clearly. Instead of viewing every challenge as an isolated event, they begin understanding that experiences are often connected. A lesson learned during one difficult moment may later become useful in a completely different situation. Over time, this ability to observe and interpret life more deeply becomes one of their greatest strengths. Emotional strength develops in a similar way. Periods of difficulty force individuals to confront emotions that they may not have been prepared to face. Fear, frustration, disappointment, and uncertainty all become part of the learning process. While these emotions can be uncomfortable, they also teach individuals how to manage their reactions and remain stable under pressure. Each time someone successfully navigates a difficult emotional experience, their capacity for balance increases. Gradually, they learn that emotions are signals rather than obstacles. They begin recognizing when patience is required and when action is necessary. This emotional discipline becomes a powerful tool for navigating future challenges. Another quality that develops through hardship is independence. When support is limited, or when guidance from others proves unreliable, individuals are often forced to rely on their own judgment. At first, this can feel isolating, but over time, it encourages the development of confidence in one's own ability to think and decide. Independence does not mean rejecting the opinions of others. Instead, It means learning how to evaluate those opinions carefully while still trusting one's own perspective. For many chosen ones, this independence becomes an essential part of their character. It allows them to move forward even when their path differs from the expectations of others. It gives them the courage to follow a direction that may not yet be understood by the people around them. When resilience, awareness, emotional discipline, and independence begin working together, they form a powerful internal foundation. This foundation is rarely built quickly. It develops gradually through years of experiences that test and refine the individual's mindset. Each challenge becomes a small part of the larger process. Each lesson adds another layer of understanding. At the time these experiences occur, it is easy to see them only as obstacles. But with time and reflection, a different interpretation begins to appear. The struggles you once faced may not have been random difficulties scattered throughout your life. They may have been moments that strengthened your character, sharpened your awareness, and prepared you for opportunities that require those exact qualities. Your past, therefore, is not simply a collection of memories. It may represent a preparation process, a process that shaped the way you think, the way you respond to challenges, and the way you understand the world around you. The experiences that once felt like burdens may actually be the reason you are capable of recognizing and stepping into opportunities that others might overlook. The key message of this section is simple but powerful. Your past is not merely a record of events that happened to you. It may have been the preparation that shaped the person you have become today. When preparation begins to meet opportunity, certain patterns often start to appear in a person's life. These patterns may not always be dramatic or immediately obvious, but they carry a subtle sense that something is shifting. It can feel as though the experiences of the past are slowly connecting with the circumstances of the present. For many people who have spent years developing resilience, awareness, and inner strength, this stage feels different from earlier phases of life. The confusion that once surrounded their journey begins to clear. Situations that once seemed random start revealing connections that were not visible before. One of the first signs that this moment may be arriving is the presence of a strong inner pull toward change or growth. This feeling can appear gradually. You may notice a growing sense that your life is moving in a new direction. The routines that once felt comfortable may begin to feel incomplete. The path you once followed without question may now seem like only part of a larger journey. This inner pull is often difficult to explain in logical terms. It does not always arrive as a clear plan or a specific goal. Instead, it appears as a quiet but persistent awareness that something new is calling your attention. You may feel drawn to explore ideas that once seemed distant or unrealistic. You may begin thinking about possibilities that you previously ignored. Even your perspective on familiar situations may begin to shift as your awareness expands. This sense of movement is important because it signals that your internal development is beginning to align with external opportunities. Another sign that preparation is meeting opportunity is the sudden appearance of situations that once seemed far away. Opportunities that previously felt out of reach may begin appearing more frequently. You may encounter people, ideas, or experiences that connect with the lessons you have learned over the years. Paths that once seemed blocked may begin opening in ways that feel unexpected. At first, these developments can feel surprising. You may wonder why certain opportunities are appearing now instead of earlier. You may question whether you are truly ready for them. But when viewed through the lens of your past experiences, the timing often begins to make sense. The challenges you faced earlier in life may have been building the exact qualities needed to handle these opportunities responsibly. The patience you developed during difficult periods may now help you navigate complex decisions. The resilience you gained through setbacks may now give you the confidence to move forward even when the outcome is uncertain. This connection between past preparation and present opportunity is one of the clearest signs that a turning point may be approaching. Another important indicator appears when situations that once confused you begin making more sense. There may have been moments in your past where events felt completely disconnected. Certain challenges may have seemed unfair or meaningless at the time. You may have wondered why specific obstacles appeared in your path while others seemed to avoid them. But as your awareness deepens, you may begin recognizing patterns. Experiences that once appeared unrelated may now seem connected. A lesson you learned years ago may suddenly prove useful in a situation you are facing today. A skill you developed through necessity may now become valuable in ways you did not anticipate. These moments of clarity often arrive unexpectedly. You may be reflecting on your journey when a realization suddenly appears. A situation you are currently experiencing may remind you of something you learned earlier in life. When that connection forms, the past and the present begin to align. This alignment creates a sense that your journey has been building towards something meaningful. You may also begin noticing that the qualities you developed during earlier challenges are now becoming useful in your current circumstances. Resilience becomes important when facing new responsibilities. Awareness becomes valuable when navigating complex decisions. Emotional discipline helps maintain balance when opportunities bring pressure or uncertainty. The abilities you once developed simply to survive difficult periods now become tools that help you move forward. This shift can feel empowering because it changes the way you see your past experiences. Instead of viewing them as isolated struggles, you begin recognizing them as preparation for the opportunities now appearing in your life. Another sign that this moment may be approaching is a growing sense of clarity about your purpose. Purpose does not always arrive as a sudden revelation. Often it develops gradually as a person gains experience and self-awareness. Over time, the interests, values, and abilities that truly matter begin to stand out more clearly. Ideas that once felt uncertain may start forming into a direction that feels authentic. You may find yourself thinking more seriously about what kind of life you want to build. Questions about meaning and contribution may become more important than questions about comfort or approval. The direction you feel drawn toward may begin reflecting your deeper values rather than external expectations. This sense of purpose does not eliminate uncertainty completely, but it provides guidance. Instead of feeling lost, you begin feeling guided by an internal compass. Decisions become easier to evaluate because you can ask whether they align with the direction you believe you are meant to follow. When this clarity appears, it often signals that the lessons of the past are beginning to serve a larger role in the present. Another subtle but powerful sign is the feeling that time itself is shifting. You may begin sensing that certain decisions carry more weight than they once did. Opportunities may feel more meaningful. Situations that once seemed ordinary may now appear as turning points. This awareness does not necessarily mean that life suddenly becomes dramatic. Instead, it reflects a deeper understanding that your experiences are part of a larger progression. Moments that once seemed small may now feel significant because you recognize their potential impact on your future. This heightened awareness encourages you to approach your decisions with greater intention. You may find yourself paying closer attention to the opportunities that appear. Conversations with others may carry insights that influence your thinking. Situations that once seemed routine may now reveal possibilities you had not considered before. Over time, these signals combine to create a sense that something important is unfolding. The inner pull toward growth, the appearance of new opportunities, the connection between past lessons and present circumstances, and the emergence of a clearer sense of purpose, all point toward the same conclusion. They suggest that your preparation may now be aligning with the present moment. This alignment does not happen randomly. It often appears after years of experiences that shaped your perspective and strengthened your abilities. The challenges you faced earlier may have been developing the resilience needed to recognize and handle the opportunities that are now appearing. When you begin recognizing these signs, the story of your life starts to look different. The struggles that once felt confusing may begin to reveal their role in shaping your journey. The skills you developed through necessity may now become essential tools for the direction ahead. The key message in this section is that these signs are not simply coincidences. They suggest that the preparation of your past may now be aligning with the opportunities of the present. Recognizing that you may have been prepared for this moment is only the first step. Awareness alone, while powerful, does not complete the transformation. It simply opens the door. The next stage requires something more deliberate. It requires the willingness to step through that door and move forward with intention. Many people reach a point in their lives where they begin to understand that their past experiences were shaping them for something greater. They start to see the connection between earlier challenges and the opportunities now appearing in front of them. But even when that realization arrives, another obstacle often appears. That obstacle is doubt. Doubt has a quiet but powerful influence on the human mind. When a significant opportunity appears, it is common to question whether you are truly ready for it. You may ask yourself whether you have enough experience, enough knowledge, or enough strength to handle what lies ahead. Even after everything you have already endured, the mind may still hesitate. This hesitation is natural. The moment when preparation meets opportunity often involves stepping into unfamiliar territory. Even when you have developed resilience and awareness through past challenges, the future still contains uncertainty. The path forward may not be perfectly clear, but this is exactly where your past preparation becomes important. The experiences you have already faced have demonstrated something essential about your character. They have shown that you are capable of navigating difficulty, even when the outcome is uncertain. They have proven that you can adapt when circumstances change and continue moving forward when the path becomes complicated. These experiences are evidence that you are stronger and more capable than you may sometimes believe. When you reflect on the challenges you have already overcome, a pattern becomes visible. There were moments in the past when situations seemed overwhelming. At the time, you may have wondered whether you would find a way through them, yet somehow you did. You learned how to adjust. You discovered new ways of thinking. You developed patience and discipline. Each difficult moment demanded something from you, and each time you found a way to respond. That process did not simply help you survive those moments. It changed you. It expanded your awareness. It strengthened your ability to remain steady under pressure. It gave you the experience necessary to recognize that uncertainty does not always lead to failure. Sometimes it leads to growth. This is why stepping into the present moment requires trust. Trust not in luck or coincidence, but in the strength that has already been developed through your past experiences. The resilience you built through earlier challenges is still part of you. The awareness you gained from difficult lessons is still guiding your thinking. Those qualities did not disappear once the challenges ended. They became part of the person you are today. Instead of allowing doubt to dominate your thinking, you can begin acknowledging the evidence of your own growth. You have already navigated situations that required courage and determination. You have already proven that you can continue moving forward even when the outcome is unclear. That knowledge creates a different kind of confidence. It is not the confidence that comes from believing everything will be easy. It is the confidence that comes from knowing you are capable of handling difficulty when it appears. With that understanding, the next step becomes clearer. Stepping into the moment means applying what you have learned. Every lesson you gained from the past carries practical value. The patience you developed during difficult periods helps you remain calm when facing new responsibilities. The resilience you built through setbacks allows you to recover quickly when obstacles appear. The awareness you gained from observing life more closely helps you recognize opportunities that align with your purpose. These qualities are tools, and the present moment is the opportunity to use them. Moving forward does not require perfection. It does not require having every answer before taking action. What it requires is the willingness to begin using the strength you have developed, instead of waiting for absolute certainty. Many important moments in life arrive without complete clarity. People rarely feel fully prepared when a significant opportunity appears, but preparation is not about knowing every detail of the future. It is about having the internal qualities necessary to navigate whatever the future brings. Those qualities already exist within you. Stepping into the moment also means accepting responsibility for the direction of your life. When you recognize that your past experiences have prepared you for something meaningful, it becomes easier to approach your decisions with intention. Instead of reacting passively to circumstances, you begin making choices that reflect your deeper values. You ask yourself which opportunities align with the person you are becoming. You consider how your strengths can be used to create something meaningful, rather than simply avoiding difficulty. This shift transforms your relationship with the future. The unknown no longer feels like a threat. Instead, it becomes a space where your abilities can be expressed and refined. Each decision becomes part of a larger process of building a life that reflects your purpose. At this stage, your resilience becomes more than a survival mechanism. It becomes a guiding force. Resilience allows you to continue moving forward when progress is slow. Awareness helps you recognize when adjustments are needed. Determination keeps your attention focused on long-term goals rather than temporary obstacles. Together, these qualities help you navigate the moment with clarity and strength. There may still be challenges ahead. Opportunities often bring new responsibilities and pressures. But the difference now is that you are no longer approaching those challenges without preparation. You have already been developing the tools required to handle them. This is why the present moment carries such importance. It represents the point where the lessons of the past meet the possibilities of the future. It is the moment where the strength you develop through experience becomes the foundation for the direction you choose next. Recognizing this moment and stepping into it requires courage. But courage is not the absence of uncertainty. Courage is the decision to move forward despite uncertainty, because you trust the strength that has already been built within you. The key message of this section is simple but powerful. When preparation meets opportunity, the moment arrives to act with intention. It is the moment to trust your growth, apply your resilience, and move forward with the understanding that everything you have experienced has been shaping you for the path that now lies ahead. If you take a moment to look back at the path your life has taken, you may begin to notice something that was not obvious before. The challenges you faced, the lessons you learned, and the moments that forced you to grow may no longer appear as random events. Instead, they may begin to form a pattern that only becomes visible when you step back and see the larger picture. There may have been times in your life when the difficulties you encountered felt confusing or even unfair. When you were living through those moments, it may have seemed as though life was placing obstacles in your path without explanation. You may have questioned why certain experiences happened, or why your journey seemed to include more tests than you expected. Those questions are natural when meaning has not yet revealed itself. But when you reflect on your journey with greater distance, something interesting often becomes clear. Many of the experiences that once felt like setbacks may have taught you something valuable. They may have strengthened your patience, sharpened your awareness, and developed your ability to remain steady during uncertain times. If you look back at your life and realize that every challenge taught you something important, there is a strong possibility that those experiences were never meaningless. They may have been guiding you toward this very moment. Every obstacle you overcame required strength that you did not always know you possessed. Every lesson you learned expanded your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Even the difficult chapters of your life contributed to the development of qualities that could not have been formed through comfort alone. When you view your journey from this perspective, your past begins to take on a different meaning. Instead of seeing your life as a series of disconnected events, you may begin to see it as a process of preparation. The moments that once felt confusing may reveal themselves as experiences that gradually shaped your character. The challenges that once seemed overwhelming may now appear as training that helped you develop resilience and awareness. You may have been preparing for this stage of your life for much longer than you realize. Preparation often happens quietly, while you are simply trying to navigate the present moment. Life may be teaching lessons that only become meaningful later. Each experience adds another layer of understanding. Each challenge strengthens the ability to respond wisely when new opportunities appear. By the time those opportunities arrive, the person you have become is already capable of meeting them. Every lesson you learned helped shape your thinking. Every obstacle you overcame strengthened your determination. Each moment that required patience or courage contributed to the person you are today. The version of you that exists now is the result of that entire journey. This realization can change the way you approach the future. Instead of seeing uncertainty as something to fear, you can begin to see it as the next stage of a path you have already been preparing for. The strength you developed through past experiences remains with you, ready to guide your decisions and support you when new challenges appear. Your journey did not bring you here by accident. The lessons, the growth, and the resilience you developed We're all part of shaping the person who is now standing at this moment in time. And when you begin to trust the process that brought you here, the future starts to feel less like a mystery and more like a continuation of the path you have already been walking. And if this message resonated with you, take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who might need to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel for more content created for the chosen ones.